Vazquez and Agustin Lorenzo. We'll be back with round one in a moment. The fighters, here's Jimmy Lennon Jr. Jimmy, if you will.
The red corner, 120, stands at 24 wins. He weighed in at an even 124 pounds. By way of knockout, originally from Distrito Federal in the Heights, California.
Changing set of trunks. Why he was, don't know, but he was fine. So Ridgebeak stripes are wider, and there are two more pronounced ones at each one of his legs. Experience, Lorenzo's been in against tougher guys, and one name really jumps right out. Enrique Arrasca can fight, and he fought him, losing to him.
That this guy can fight, that his record is no mirage here of 24-4-2, an outstanding record. I think both of a little. The other hand with Vazquez, 2 shots right there by Lorenzo, came here and just really for this year in the way that he performed.
Frank Espinosa, who's to argue the knockouts. I mentioned Orozco because some of you fight the night that Mark Orozco stage name. It was just tremendous what he put on. Well, we expect some of the Vazquez right over the Lorenzo comes of his own, and a good right hand so right over the top. It was kind of just hanging out there as posed by Vazquez.
The manager of Vazquez, Frank Espinosa, is very confident in this young man. He was looking to maybe match him with Nestor Garza, and at this stage of his career, that would be quite a step up. And but Garza has gotten a title shot in the future, and a guy who's really fought, very good fighter.
Yeah. To keep him up, one punch thrown a bit low. He has landed several lead right hands. He's taken a bit already.
I believe that the left eye
developed, and here's that is the low blow that was not called a low blow, but did elicit.
But for Vazquez, it's just above the eye, and for Lorenzo, it's below.
Both of these turns have
an amazing amateur career. He was 58-0 as an amateur.
So he is a very young, talented prospect. Right-hand lead scores for the gentleman in question, and he gets nailed. Gold stripes for knockout. He is only 4 years older by the edge and experience has Lorenzo.
Well, certainly not about that time. But when we saw Vazquez for the first time, he'd only had Garcia this summer right here at the pond. Against Garcia. He really was a pretty hot prospect at the time. And he did things you just don't see a young kid of 20 in the ring. You can see he's already pretty well skilled. Look at that combination.
Yeah, landed some solid shots, got bobbled, came back with a couple of solid shots of his own. These two guys, this is scheduled battle of attrition, to be sure, once they know where they'll go, because both promises to be a nice, crowd pleasing Vazquez. Low was that low. These two guys are whacking away at each other in pretty good fashion. Nice uppercut by Lorenzo, and we're going to have drilling close. Will be Kyle will wipe it off.
Vazquez was beginning to take command of the fight in round number 2. Really started getting into the fight, started unloosing his combinations. Twice so far this year. That first time we've seen here on the West Coast since Juan Manuel Marquez's early fights. And you see Marquez, of course, has risen to number 1 and number 2 among the contenders. Remains to be seen if Princess Nassim Hamed will give him a title shot.
The eye that is under the left noticeable swelling there, and almost a look of blood. And now it is bleeding. Vazquez has really started out at the opening minute like a man.
Just pick it up now, Tom. Seemed only a huge swelling under the eye would open up, and it has now.
Yep.
It's going to make things even tougher. It's really not. It's going to be messy.
Should that happen, why, he would be a man without much of an opportunity, even though he is a very tough veteran fighter at age 20. It's a tough thing to overcome. That eye is not each moment goes, though he has landed some solid shots, Vazquez, on more than one occasion, and boy, they are just forehead to forehead. Nice combination.
Lorenzo, he's only been beaten Tom 4 times fights. And it's taken guys, you mentioned, who've beaten him. Currently the number 1 ranked bantamweight contender in the world. Juan Chippen nearly beat him. Notch guy to beat Lorenzo. And Israel Vazquez trying to join the
target. They have teed off on each other in this third round. Pressure. And the mouse.
Number 3, the fight's been picking up in intensity as it moves along. Good left hooks by Vazquez. Throw one punch out there. If he can punch in combinations, he's sure to do it. Lorenzo, he came right back. Oh, you see that sneaky right uppercut? That's a beautiful shot. And that's
Vazquez with the broader on the side. He's just joined us. And the other fighter is Agustin Little Machine Gun Lorenzo. And these two have been going at it for now, and they've been like this ever since the opening bell. And I'll remind you again that Vazquez was asked to change his white and gold, and he said no, so the commission hit him with a $450 fine. Why they selected him as opposed to Lorenzo, I don't know.
Vazquez able to with his jab. Put that jab so it in backward.
Out of his 19-15 knockouts, out of his 24 wins, Lorenzo 15 knockouts, and he got nailed with that left hand. Backed up again, backs him up even further. He jumps in and throws the left of his own. Riola on the right of your screen. Lands a pretty good right hand and another, then a left, and he backs Lorenzo up. And I tell you, Lorenzo is one tough customer, and the fans here at the
two, but Tommy was backing away from punches. Dangerous habit built from the see the overwhelming potential that he has.
He's taken some serious shots there.
You know, and it's evidenced by his nickname, but it really has been Vazquez. Relentless in his face, giving for a moment.
We're in round 4. It's a handful of seconds.
This is really turning into a better fight with each succeeding round. In that last round, the two really got into it. Lorenzo tried to come back, use that right hand from Vazquez at the end of that exchange. He uncorked the right hand on him, but Lorenzo really refused to give up in the round. He was answering back, although here he really had to give ground, and he still managed to land a good left.
Thing to be sure that Lorenzo's sporting has not gotten any worse. Yeah, under his left eye, and an inviting target. Started to bleed bound, or the second, but it hasn't. It's going to be bothersome, but it's not a big a factor, at least for junior featherweights.
Side-to-side movement defensively.
He does have the reputation of being available to be hit. I suppose, though, when you're 20 years old, you not only hit me and hurt me, just walk right into. He's certainly a big amount of talent. No question about that.
There he did a good job of ducking under blows rather than pulling straight back.
The talent to keep Vazquez away, and he lands some nice solid in return. Good, and then suddenly got nailed with the right hand and walked right back into the ropes. Backing up. Get the impression that...
Yes, I think he's the stronger of the two. Tommy's bigger, and I think he's at a more natural way to just about all his go higher than that. Really kept Lorenzo backing away. Lorenzo has about defending himself.
Yes. Good right hand by Lorenzo, but Vazquez seemed to shake it off and walk. Scheduled for 10. These are junior Heim after this. That is Israel Vazquez in the white with the broader gold stripes. Machine Gun Lorenzo of 24, who is more experienced, as Rich so accurately pointed out. Probably is 52 pounds rather than get up there at that 125, 126. Looks bigger and stronger.
He fought at a very swift pace. You know, for a couple of sluggers from Mexico, you get accustomed to Mexican fighters really being good body punchers. This has been almost a complete headhunting fight.
Nobody's thrown a body punch, at least not by design. There were a couple early in the fight that Lorenzo threw that were considered low. Boy, that's banging away.
Intense, and I think he could have helped himself by throwing some body punches in that big flurry that he had there. Just to the head.
No, well, the only two body punches we've seen were both thought to be a little bit low, as Lorenzo to say, I'm not going to take a chance to lose a round by throwing a body punch. He has got Lorenzo apparently in trouble. Up at wily veteran, slips and slides away.
Israel Vazquez, born, and man, I'm telling you, what a future he has. We told you about the swelling above his eye, and now that has opened up.
Yep. That right hand bounced under his left eye. That was bleeding a bit early, but it hasn't done anything in that regard for quite some time. From the left eye of Vazquez. So round number continues after we take this.
Responded in the affirmative, and so now if the fight is stopped due to that cut, we will go to the scorecards.
The cut men in all of boxing, Chuck Bodak in his corner. Left and right.
Well, he probably got a little shot of adrenaline from the side of that blood. The eye is looking worse for Vazquez, but I mean the swell.
Well, both these guys, win, lose, or what, have remembrance. This will get together at the arrowhead. In each case, the left eye. Solid right hand.
Fighters, how they respect, completely throw off fighters. I mean, great fighters. I saw Chiquita Gonzalez when he lost the title at the Forum to rely. You got to learn to fight through the. It's coming right now in the form of a cut and a swollen left eye.
The white trimmed in the broad stripes of gold, and at about 125 pounds. Little remembrance, to be sure. Cut over the left eye of blood coming from a cut eye of Lorenzo.
Well, Vazquez keeps moving forward, but at least so far in the round, Tommy has not been as effective as he was in the previous two rounds.
Vazquez can walk in. Third, Gigamon, Marty Denkin, third man in the ring. This is the 7th round. A few body shots in there. They've been few and far between. You guys have been busy headhunting most of the night.
Always is a surprise, because what's the signature of a Mexican fighter? That good left hook to the body.
So I found some you're having been almost stopped pretty good. Came back rather well.
Can turn that around. He seemed to be thrown off a little more. We're seeing if he can fight through that now and show us a little something. These are the questions young fighters have to answer in their career.
Gives you the impression he hits harder and his opponent. Don't take a thing away from Lorenzo as he caught that jab right flush in the point of the chin. Age 24. Yeah, they've been out and cautioning Lorenzo of a headbutt. The cut over the eye of by one of the ringside judges and so noted by the others. Lorenzo on Rich Morata's scorecard is fighting an uphill battle now, and he doesn't have the ability to knock something.
This kind of thing happen when he needs to do some is to do so. Vazquez has been coming forward defensive around, and I think he's been doing this.
And Vazquez jumps on him, hits him, and hurts him. And Lorenzo is holding on. He grabs him down. But the round is coming to a close. We'll see about round 9 in a moment. Unfinished. And with Lorenzo unable to defend himself, really, Marty Denkin stepped in and stopped this one.
He just about had the course. He got time over in the corner. But when Vazquez got on him, he did not let up. See that flurry of punches?
He is